Archangel Michael says, check your bank account balance 22 minutes after watching this video. These words are not about superstition or empty hope. They carry divine timing, divine instruction, and divine authority. It is not about watching for money out of nowhere. It is about understanding that when heaven speaks, something begins to move. It is about knowing that when Archangel Michael brings a message, it is backed by God's power, and that power never fails. The number 22 is not random. It is a symbol of confirmation, double portion, and open doors in the spiritual realm. If you're here right now, this message found you because God wants to speak to you directly. Comment Amen if you receive this word with an open heart and ready spirit. You may not see it with your eyes yet, but right now, something is shifting. Something is breaking open. Something is being released that will change your circumstances. Heaven is touching earth, and your name has been whispered in the courts of glory. This is not a call to passively wait. This is a call to believe, to expect, and to prepare your heart. The message is not just about your bank account, it is about your faith, your trust, and your surrender. If you've been crying in silence, carrying burdens that no one sees, wondering how you'll make it through the next month, the next week, the next day, this message is for you. God has not forgotten you. He sees every hidden tear, hears every prayer whispered in exhaustion, and counts every step you take in obedience even when you're weary. You are not overlooked. You are not left behind. You are not invisible to heaven. Now listen closely, because what comes next is not about money, it's about a move of God. Archangel Michael has long been the warrior of God's army, sent to fight battles you cannot see, to defend you from the forces that seek to devour your peace, your future, your purpose. When he speaks, it is to awaken something within you. This word is a prophetic sign that something is already in motion. Like the angel that came to Daniel with an answer delayed by warfare in the heavens, your breakthrough has been waiting for the moment of release. That moment is now. Do not miss it. Do not doubt it. Do not dismiss this word because of your past pain. It has arrived in perfect timing. There is an urgency in the spirit realm, and that urgency is being spoken now through the voice of the one who has stood before the throne of God, the one who defends the chosen, the one who commands armies in the unseen. Archangel Michael's words are a spiritual alert, a heavenly signal, a sacred instruction. Check your bank account balance 22 minutes after watching this video, not because of chance, but because of obedience, because of belief, because faith opens what fear locks. You are standing on holy ground. The enemy has been trying to convince you that nothing will change, that nothing is coming, that all your efforts have been in vain. But heaven is responding. God's favor is flowing. The gates of provision are unlocking, and divine help has been sent your way. Not next week. Not someday. Now. The wait has been long, the nights have been heavy, but the promise has not been cancelled. Comment 1111 if you believe that divine alignment is already being activated for you. Archangel Michael stands as a witness to the battles you've endured. He has seen your quiet sacrifices, your moments of surrender when no one was watching, your faith when you had every reason to give up. He comes not with pity, but with power. He comes not to remind you of what you lack, but to reveal what has been released. He brings this word to stir your faith back to life, to ignite hope where it flickered, to declare that this is not the end of your story. The same God who multiplied a widow's oil, who fed thousands with a few loaves and fish, who raised the dead and silenced storms, has not changed. His power is not diminished by time, or recession, or opposition. His miracles are not ancient stories, they are present promises. You are not forgotten. You are chosen. You are called. And you are covered. This word is a bridge between what has been and what is coming. When Archangel Michael says to check your bank account 22 minutes after watching, it is not to measure the size of your faith by a number, it is to open your eyes to the movement of heaven in your direction. It is to train your spirit to expect the unexpected, to see the unseen, to trust that God can shift everything in a single moment. There is provision already on the way. It may come through a deposit you did not expect, a message you were not waiting for, a door you thought was closed forever. God is not bound by natural means. He is not limited by systems, or policies, or timing. He moves through miracles. He answers through favor. He blesses through grace. The money may come, but more than that, peace is coming. Clarity is coming. Direction is coming. And yes, relief is coming. The Lord is your shepherd, and you shall not want. Even in a valley, even in a drought, even in a storm, He prepares a table for you. He fills your cup. He restores your soul. Stay with this until the end, because each word is a seed of breakthrough, each sentence is soaked in promise, and every moment you stay connected is a moment closer to what heaven has already written for you. Do you know why everyone's whispering about this 7-second CIA ritual? A brainwave ritual leaked from the CIA is changing lives across the globe. Proven by neuroscience, this 7-second method helps regular people attract money, freedom, and luxury. If you're seeing this, you're very lucky, the page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. You are not watching by accident. You are being pulled into alignment with God's will. Your spirit was drawn here because your breakthrough is ready. The hour has come. The signal is clear. And heaven is watching to see how you respond. Will you open your heart and believe that God's hand is already moving for you, or will you walk away unchanged, untouched, unaware? That instruction to check your bank account balance 22 minutes after watching is not a test of greed or curiosity, it is a holy signpost, a prophetic marker, a divine hint that something greater than money is on its way to you. That moment will be sacred, not because of the digits on a screen, but because it will carry the weight of divine confirmation that God sees you and that heaven responds to your faith. This message is for the ones who have walked through the fire and still whispered hallelujah. It is for the ones who have given their last, wiped their eyes, and stood up again when everything inside them begged to give up. It is for the quiet fighters, the secret warriors, the humble believers who never stopped hoping even when hope hurt. Archangel Michael comes to deliver a message that is not light or shallow. It is filled with the weight of heaven's glory and the urgency of God's movement. There is something being transferred in the Spirit, and your name is written on it. Comment 222 if you trust that God's timing is perfect and something is on its way. The angels do not move without purpose. Archangel Michael does not speak unless heaven has released authority for change. These moments you are in are drenched with holy tension, the kind of tension that comes right before a miracle breaks through. You can feel it if you listen with your spirit. The air around you feels different, as if it is alive, charged, expectant. That is because the veil between the natural and the supernatural is thin in this moment, and God is allowing you to taste the edge of His glory before it fully pours in. Do not allow fear to speak louder than faith. Do not let the disappointment of past prayers blind you to the promise in front of you now. This word is not a repeat. It is not recycled. It is new. It is fresh. It is specific. And it is alive. The same voice that spoke creation into existence has spoken to Archangel Michael to release this message over your life. That alone should shake your doubt and flood your heart with courage. You are not just surviving. You are about to see what divine restoration looks like when God breathes on what seemed dead. There are times in life when everything stands still, and it feels like heaven is silent. But then there are moments like this, moments when the silence breaks, when the clouds shift, when the atmosphere trembles with the sound of angel wings moving in your direction. That is what this is. It is not a coincidence that you are here. It is not a random scroll or a lucky encounter. It is a divine appointment. Heaven drew you here because your spirit was ready for what your eyes haven't seen yet. And even though you've been through storms that tried to drown your faith, even though you've battled weariness that made you question if God still hears, even though the enemy tried to make you feel invisible, today proves that none of that succeeded. Because you are still here. You are still watching. You are still listening. That is proof that the fire did not consume you and the flood did not carry you away. God preserved you for this exact moment, and Archangel Michael was sent to deliver the word that will shift your life in ways only heaven could plan. Provision is coming. But with it, purpose is coming too. You have not just been called to receive, you have been called to rise. This is not just about increase. It is about awakening. God is not just filling your hands. He is strengthening your heart. He is pulling you into position so that you can carry what He is about to release. Do not limit this to money. Money is only the beginning. What is on the way includes peace that passes understanding, doors that no man can shut, opportunities that will carry His name, and favor that will overshadow every closed season behind you. Archangel Michael's presence in your life at this moment is a signal of spiritual warfare ending. His sword is drawn. His wings are covering you. His voice is breaking through the static of doubt and fear. When He speaks, demons flee, and strongholds collapse. Chains you didn't even realize were still clinging to you are snapping. Delays that lingered for years are being removed. The power of God is not coming, it is here. You don't have to wait anymore for signs of movement. You are standing in the middle of the shift. You are not too late. You are not behind. You have not missed it. Everything you lost, everything that slipped through your hands, everything that seemed wasted or stolen, it is being restored by the hand of God. And not just restored to what it was. It is coming back multiplied, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. God's nature is to give more than enough. He doesn't patch holes. He rebuilds foundations. He doesn't just restore what was. He prepares what never was. You are being rebuilt from the inside out. And as you receive this word, chains are breaking. Confusion is lifting. Hope is rising. Light is returning. God has chosen you to be the testimony others will look at and say, "Surely the hand of the Lord has done this." You are not ordinary. You are not forgotten. You are chosen for glory. You are called to carry light. You are set apart for victory. No curse can override what God has already blessed. No plan of the enemy can cancel what heaven has scheduled. Comment 555 if you know that something is shifting in your favor even now. Why is the government hiding this 7-second brain ritual from the public? A leaked CIA document just exposed a brain technique so powerful, it's helping people cancel debt and call in wealth within days. Validated by 4 top neuroscience labs, this method is changing everything. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the link in description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. God does not speak without purpose, and his messengers do not arrive empty-handed. Archangel Michael brings a reminder that your life is not stuck. It is not forgotten. It is not over. It is under divine watch. Every second of delay you have experienced has been monitored. Every moment of despair you walked through has been recorded. Not one tear has been wasted. Not one prayer has disappeared. Everything you thought was silence was actually set up. Every closed door was protection. Every detour was preparation. And now, the hour of release has come. There are miracles that don't arrive with noise or flash. Some come in stillness. Some come quietly through an alert on your phone, a deposit you weren't expecting, a message from someone you hadn't heard from in years. God doesn't need to shout when he moves. His power speaks in whispers that shake the earth. Archangel Michael's message is that something is already moving on your behalf, and all you have to do is stay tuned to what God is doing behind the scenes. That 22-minute mark is not random. It is not about superstition. It is about obedience, about honoring the instruction, about being alert to the divine moment when breakthrough is appointed to appear. Comment 1212 if you believe this is your appointed moment and divine alignment is here. You have been walking through days that felt heavy, trying to keep your head up while the world around you crumbled. You have been fighting battles no one saw, carrying burdens in silence, praying when it felt like no answers were coming. And yet you kept standing. That is why this word is for you. Because God honors those who don't quit, who keep believing even when everything in them is tired. The Lord saw you pressing forward even when it felt like you were walking through a storm barefoot. He watched you give when you had nothing left. He heard your quiet, "Help me," when you had no words for a prayer. That's why now is your time. This is not a general word. It is a specific one. It is tailored for those who have been crushed but still believed. The ones who didn't walk away when the blessing was delayed. The ones who still sang even when the night was long. Archangel Michael's voice doesn't echo in the empty spaces without meaning. It comes filled with glory, with instruction, with heavenly movement. And right now, the gates are open. The flow of favor has been turned on. The angels are active. The silence is broken. This is the season of suddenly. Things will shift without notice. What you couldn't move for months will change in moments. That bank account may be a symbol, but it is also a vessel, a carrier of proof that heaven knows your name and your needs. Provision doesn't always look like currency. Sometimes it's peace where there was confusion. Sometimes it's strength where there was weakness. Sometimes it's an idea, a breakthrough, an opportunity, a reconciliation, or healing in a place you thought would stay broken forever. When God begins to move, it is never partial. He doesn't fix just one area. He begins to pour himself into every part of your life, your mind, your relationships, your resources, your future, your identity. This is not just about something being added. This is about transformation. Total renewal. Complete restoration. You are walking into days where the pain you endured will make sense, where the wilderness will give way to promise, and where what was once dry will overflow with blessing. You didn't survive all that darkness just to remain in lack. You weren't preserved through storms just to stay stuck in fear. You didn't come this far for God to stop now. He is faithful to finish what He starts. And what He started in your life is far from finished. The enemy tried to distract you, to make you feel like it was over, to convince you to give up before the blessing arrived. But heaven stepped in. Archangel Michael stepped in. And the word of the Lord began to echo again over your destiny. Comment 777 if you feel a fresh wind of breakthrough rising in your spirit. There is an awakening happening inside of you. That restlessness you feel is not anxiety, it's spiritual anticipation. Your spirit knows what your eyes have not seen yet. Something in you is starting to recognize the signs of the shift. You can feel God's breath near. You can sense the nearness of glory. It's in the atmosphere. It's in your heartbeat. It's in the words you're hearing right now. This is not ordinary. This is holy. The presence of God is here to remind you that your story is still unfolding, and the pages ahead are filled with favor. When Archangel Michael is present, it means protection is present. It means victory is being secured. It means warfare is ending and reward is beginning. You are not alone in your fight. You have never been. The angels have been standing guard, shielding you from attacks you never even saw, from setbacks that were scheduled but never reached you because heaven blocked them. You are alive because you are needed. You are still standing because your purpose is still in motion. So when you check your bank account balance, don't just look with natural eyes. Look with expectation. Look with gratitude. Look with faith. Even if you don't see anything immediately change, something has already shifted. That 22-minute mark is not just a window, it is a declaration that the time of waiting has expired. It is a divine appointment meant to wake up your spirit, to reignite your hope, and to remind you that God is still in control. When Archangel Michael said, "Check your bank account balance 22 minutes after watching this video," heaven was not offering a prediction, it was delivering a promise. The instruction is not meant to excite your flesh. It is meant to revive your soul. Because something has been released in the spiritual realm, and that release is moving fast toward the natural. Not because of what you've done, but because of who you are to God. Chosen. Loved. Protected. Remembered. Can 7 seconds really change your bank account overnight? A CIA-funded study just leaked, revealing a brain ritual that's flipping lives from broke to blessed. 4 neuroscience labs confirm it activates powerful wealth attraction brainwaves. People are now stepping into dream homes and luxury lifestyles. But this breakthrough won't stay online for long. Click the link in the description and comments now before it's deleted forever. Some of you have been walking through seasons where it felt like your prayers were hitting ceilings. You have sown seeds in tears, but nothing seemed to bloom. You've whispered God's name in the dark, wondering if He still heard you. And the silence has felt like abandonment. But it wasn't. It was a sacred pause. A holy waiting. Not because God was punishing you, but because He was preparing the right moment to deliver what would not just bless you, but transform you. Comment 333 to declare your faith in what God is preparing for you now. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are right on time for the glory that is about to break open. This divine instruction to check your account is symbolic of the larger release about to pour into every dry place in your life. The lack is ending. The silence is lifting. The waiting is breaking. Heaven has opened its storehouse. And Archangel Michael is standing at the gate, sword drawn, declaring protection over what God has ordained for you. Understand this, your breakthrough is not being handed to you by man. It is coming from the throne of God Himself. There is no system, no person, no circumstance that can block what heaven has already approved. If God says it's time, then nothing on earth or under it can delay it any longer. The word has gone forth. The shift is happening. You are not chasing blessings, they are coming to find you. There are angels already dispatched on your behalf. Some of them have been battling through resistance in the spiritual realm for this very moment. Just as Daniel prayed and waited 21 days for his answer while the angel fought through spiritual warfare to reach him, you too have had battles in the unseen holding back what belongs to you. But the delay is over. The resistance has broken. The warfare has been won. The blessing is on its way, unstoppable, undeniable, and unmistakable. When you check that account, do it with worship in your heart. Whether it's a change in the numbers or simply a moment of divine peace, know that you are standing in a new season. A season not built on struggle, but on surrender. Not built on fear, but on faith. God is not just handing you provision. He is handing you evidence. Evidence that He never left you. That He always saw you. That even in the silence, He was still working. This is not about financial wealth alone. This is about spiritual abundance. About wholeness. About rest. About divine order returning to the chaos. It's about you stepping out of survival mode and into sacred trust. You've spent years building walls around your hope because hope hurt. But now, God is asking you to tear those walls down and believe again. Not in your own strength, but in His faithfulness. Comment 999 if you believe that restoration is coming faster than you expected. The God who split the Red Sea, who fed his people with bread from heaven, who turned water into wine, who raised Lazarus from the dead, that same God is speaking into your life right now. He has not changed. His power is just as fierce. His love is just as wild. And his desire to bless you is just as strong. This is your moment to stop doubting and start expecting. Not because you earned it, but because he delights in giving good gifts to his children. Archangel Michael brings this word not to stir temporary excitement, but to anchor you in permanent promise. Heaven's economy is not like the world's. It does not depend on inflation, on systems, or on connections. God owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. He has never lacked, and he never will. And because you are his, lack does not have the final word over your life. You are connected to a source that cannot run dry. You are tethered to a God who overflows with goodness. You may not know how the help will come. You may not see where the resources will flow from. But God does. And he is already orchestrating every detail. Aligning people. Opening doors. Softening hearts. Breaking barriers. Your role is not to figure it all out. Your role is to trust. To obey. To stay ready. Because when the release comes, it won't wait for your understanding. It will simply come. There is favor written over your name in the Spirit. There are promises that belong to your bloodline that are being resurrected because you didn't give up. You have broken cycles. You have endured storms. You have outlived the lies. And now, the reward is coming. Not just for you, but for the generations that will come after you. Your obedience is opening paths for others. Your faith is planting trees whose fruit you will one day see. This word is only for those who have reached the edge of their strength and still refuse to give up. It is for those who have walked through loss, endured seasons of lack, held on to hope with trembling hands, and kept their eyes lifted even when everything around them screamed defeat. You are the one heaven is speaking to. You are the one God has chosen to show himself strong to. You are the one Archangel Michael has come to cover and protect as this divine moment unfolds. Comment 1010 if you know this word was meant for your heart right now. This is a holy reminder that when you walk with God, you are never walking alone. When you belong to him, you are never forgotten, overlooked, or abandoned. Even when the nights are long and silent, even when the bills pile up, even when no one checks in on you or knows the weight you carry, God knows. And he has not just watched from a distance, he has been working. He has been arranging, adjusting, preparing. And now, he is releasing. Could this 7-second CIA brainwave trick be your fastest ticket to luxury? Recently leaked research shows a simple brain ritual that's allowing people to attract wealth effortlessly. Proven by 4 neuroscience labs, this technique is transforming debt into abundance, instantly. Homes, cars, and vacations are just the beginning. If you're seeing this now, you're very lucky, the page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. Do not dismiss the numbers. God often speaks through what others ignore. The instruction to check your bank account is not a game, it is a gesture of faith. It is an invitation to lean in and expect divine activity in an area that has worn you down. Financial struggle is not just about numbers, it's about survival, dignity, peace of mind. And God, in His mercy, knows what that pressure feels like. He knows how your heart sinks every time you see that balance drop. And He is stepping in to tell you, enough is enough. You will not live under that burden any longer. A shift has already begun. You've carried too much for too long. You've been holding your breath in the tension between faith and fear. But now God is breathing over you again. And as His breath touches your life, everything will begin to move. Closed places will open. Hidden blessings will be revealed. Lost resources will be restored. The chains of just enough are breaking. The curse of never enough is being shattered. And the mantle of overflow is falling on your shoulders. This is not about pride. It is not about chasing riches. It is about stepping into the fullness God always intended for you to walk in. You were not created to worry every night, to live with anxiety over your next meal, to dread the sound of your phone ringing because of another overdue payment. You were made to live free. To breathe deeply. To give generously. To testify boldly of God's goodness. And that testimony is coming. Comment 15:15 if you believe the windows of heaven are opening over you even now. The journey hasn't been easy. You've prayed with tears. You've believed through silence. You've waited longer than you ever thought you could. And just when it felt like nothing would shift, heaven released this word. Not to tease you. Not to test you. But to lift you. To show you that the waiting was not wasted. That God is not cruel. That His delay was not denial. That the silence was preparation. Every moment you stayed faithful when it hurt, every time you forgave when it wasn't fair, every seed you sowed when you barely had enough to give, God saw it. And heaven has not forgotten. What you planted in pain, you are about to harvest in joy. What you believed for in the dark, you will see in the light. What felt impossible is already unfolding in ways your mind cannot explain but your spirit will recognize. Archangel Michael's presence in your life is not small. It is a signal of divine warfare. It means the forces that fought to keep you bound have been defeated. It means the curses that tried to hold you down have been broken. It means the ceiling you hit over and over is being shattered. He is not just watching over you, He is fighting for you. He is standing guard over your promise. He is silencing the voices that told you this would never happen for you. And He is clearing the path ahead so you can walk freely into the place God prepared for you. When God gets ready to bless you, He does not ask permission. He doesn't check credit reports or past mistakes. He blesses because He is good. Because He is your Father. Because He is Jehovah Jireh, the God who provides. And right now, He is showing you that your story is not over. That the blessing you gave up on is still alive. That the breakthrough you stopped asking for is still on the way. You may not understand how, but God never asked you to. He only asked you to trust. This moment is not just about receiving. It's about recognizing who you are. You are not just someone struggling to survive, you are a child of the Most High God. Royal blood runs through your veins. Favor is your inheritance. Victory is your portion. And no weapon formed against you shall prosper. You may have walked through hell, but you are stepping into glory. You may have been overlooked, but now you are being crowned. Heaven is standing still to watch what God is doing for you. So don't rush past this word. Don't brush it off. Sit with it. Let it settle in your spirit. Let it fill the empty places with hope again. Let it remind you that miracles still happen. That sudden answers are real. That your name is still on the lips of angels. That God is still writing your story. And the next chapter is better than you ever dreamed. Some of you have been surviving on faith alone, waking up each day with questions hidden in your heart, wondering how things will come together. You've smiled when you wanted to cry, kept going when you wanted to stop, given when you barely had anything left. And still, something deep inside of you refused to let go of hope. That something is your spirit. It's been kept alive by God's breath, sustained by His mercy, protected by His hand. Now, He is responding. Comment 1717 if you know God has remembered you and something is shifting right now in your favor. Heaven does not move according to deadlines. It moves according to faith. And you, beloved, have been walking by faith for far longer than you give yourself credit for. The angels have watched you press through confusion. They've seen you choose to worship when the pain was heavy. And now, the response has come. Archangel Michael brings more than just a message, he brings a manifestation. His arrival is a holy sign that the warfare has reached its conclusion, and the blessing has been released. The number 22 in this instruction is not random. It's a symbol of double confirmation, of covenant fulfillment, of God saying yes twice, once in heaven and once on earth. When you obey and check your balance at the 22-minute mark, you are aligning your faith with heaven's timing. You are stepping into a moment where God proves that He sees you, not only in your spirit, but in your struggle. He knows the weight of every unpaid bill, the tension behind every anxious night, the sacrifice behind every silent prayer. And He is answering not with mere survival, but with holy restoration. What's the buzz behind the 7-second brain trick making headlines? A recently leaked CIA brain ritual is turning heads, and bank balances. Backed by 4 neuroscience labs, this simple home method is turning money blocks into unstoppable wealth flow. Homes, cars, and cash are flooding in. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. This is not a word of wishful thinking. This is a declaration of divine truth. The same God who rained manna in the desert, who told Peter to find provision in the mouth of a fish, who multiplied a little boy's lunch into a feast for thousands, that same God is speaking to your situation now. He is not limited by economy. He is not delayed by systems. He does not run out of ways to reach you. His creativity is endless, and His generosity has no measure. You may have grown tired. That's human. You may have doubted. That's normal. But right now, the Lord is lifting the weight you've carried and placing His strength on your shoulders. He is not angry with your weariness. He is not disappointed in your questions. Instead, He is responding with a whisper that changes everything. A whisper that says, "I see you. I have not forgotten you. I am providing for you now." This shift will not just affect your finances. It will touch your mind, your health, your relationships, your decisions. When God begins to move, He moves through every room in your life. He doesn't patch what's broken, He makes it new. He doesn't hand you crumbs, He prepares a table in the presence of your enemies. And you are not being called to beg for scraps, but to sit and receive as a loved child of a good Father. There is no room for shame in this new season. God is not blessing you because you got everything right. He is blessing you because He is good. Because you trusted Him in the dark. Because you dared to keep believing when everything in your life said give up. This blessing is not a reward, it is a reminder. A reminder that your story is not ending in lack. That God is still authoring your life. That His pen has not lifted. That His plans for you are still good. Comment Amen if you believe that your waiting season has turned into your receiving season. You may feel the tension between where you are and where you believe God is taking you. That is a holy tension. That is the feeling of being stretched by glory, of being prepared for promise. Don't run from it. Don't numb it. Stay in it. Because what's on the other side of that pressure is a blessing that will bring you to your knees, not out of fear, but in overwhelming gratitude. You will see it. You will feel it. You will know it was God. Archangel Michael stands in the unseen, shielding you from threats you never saw coming. He has been fighting for you while you slept. He has been clearing paths that you did not know were blocked. His arrival in this moment is a sign that your prayers have reached the courts of heaven and God has issued a decree in your favor. That decree cannot be overturned. It cannot be stopped. It will not be delayed. So when you check that account, do not just look for numbers. Look for evidence. Look for movement. Look for peace. And know that whether the shift is visible in that moment or still on the way, it has already been activated. Your obedience to this moment is a key. Your expectation is the door. Your faith is what opens it wide. Heaven has not left you out. The favor you've watched others receive is not off limits to you. What God does for others, He will also do for you, not as a copy, but in a way that is designed specifically for your life, your calling, your future. He is not just blessing you with provision. He is blessing you with direction, with strategy, with divine insight. He is showing you how to walk forward with confidence, how to step into new territory without fear. Every fear is being silenced. Every lie is being crushed. Every shadow is being chased away by the light of truth. You are not who the enemy said you were. You are not bound by what happened to you. You are not disqualified by your past. You are being raised up, right now, for such a time as this. And what God starts, He finishes. The Lord is using something as simple as time and an account balance to remind you that He can speak through anything, move through anything, and reach you in any way He chooses. He is not limited to the ways you've seen before. He is not restricted by what has or hasn't worked in the past. God is not trying to repeat old miracles. He is doing something entirely new in you, something fresh, something tailor-made for this season of your life. And Archangel Michael is standing in the gap, declaring protection over that promise until it fully arrives. You are not here by chance. You didn't stumble into this message. This moment was carved out in the Spirit long before your eyes saw it. It was prepared for you because your heart has been faithful, even in the silence. God has watched you serve when no one clapped, love when it wasn't returned, forgive when it wasn't deserved, and give when you had nothing left. And He has decided it is time. Time to lift the heaviness. Time to restore the years. Time to answer the prayers. Time to remind you that your name is still in His hands. Comment 2222 if you feel this is your moment of divine release and restoration. He is not just blessing your bank account. He is blessing your house, your health, your children, your future. He is healing places you never told anyone were broken. He is reaching into the corners of your heart where grief made a home and peace hadn't visited in years. And He is speaking life over what others gave up on. You may not even recognize how much you've been holding just to survive, but God knows. And now, He is pouring back into you. What if just 7 seconds could flip your entire financial life? A shocking CIA leak has revealed a powerful brain ritual that's helping ordinary people wipe out debt and attract wealth beyond imagination. Backed by 4 cutting-edge neuroscience labs, this at-home breakthrough is turning everyday lives into dreams, luxury cars, beautiful homes, endless vacations. But this secret may vanish soon. Click the link in the description and comments now before it's deleted forever.